Oh baby, this one's gonna be fire. What's going on YouTube? County Gains back in the building again, man, with another crazy reaction. Today we got Chris Rock destroys Will Smith on his new Netflix special, Outrage, Selective Outrage. So go over to Netflix, guys. You can watch the whole special on Chris Rock basically talking about Will Smith. His new Netflix special. I haven't watched it yet. I will watch it, but I want you guys to all cast your mind back to last year's Oscars. We don't know who won the Oscars. You know, we don't even know that Will Smith won an Oscar because it's been totally tarnished by the fact that he chose to slap Chris Rock. Will Smith chose to slap Chris Rock at the Oscars. It was one of the biggest events in the world. I remember waking up that morning and watching it on YouTube. It had like 10 million views in 2 hours. So absolutely insane. One of the most viral and trending events of the entire year. We don't know what happened, who won the Oscar or anything like that, but we do know this happened because it's still, you know, one of the most talked about events. Now, Chris Rock hasn't spoken about this yet, guys. He hasn't spoken about the slap that Will Smith did to him yet until this special. So I can't even wait to hear this. Chris Rock destroys Will Smith. Apparently, he's just gonna kill him. You know, we all know Will Smith loved that joke that he said about G.I. Jane, you know, Jada Pinkett Smith. It wasn't even that hard of a joke. And then she kind of looked at him, gave him that look. Basically, you gotta go slap him, you gotta go do something about it, you know? And Will Smith actually enjoyed the joke. We could all see him laughing, but you know, obviously Will Smith is cucked. He's a loser in my opinion, guys. I like his movies for sure, but him himself, guys, you know, Will Smith used to be one of my heroes when that dude was a legend, but after that, guys, nah, I mean, the dude just lost a lot of credibility. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I'll never watch any of his movies again, but you know, definitely lost a lot of credibility because Chris Rock is the most lovable guy ever. Everybody loves Chris Rock, so I can't wait to hear what he says about it. Make sure to hit that subscribe button, go over to my Patreon as well, and let's get it.
And his wife was fucking her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this shit.
Chris Rock finally talks about the Will Smith Oscars slap in live comedy special Selective Outrage. Chris Rock wasted no time addressing the elephant in the room in his new Netflix special, Chris Rock, Selective Outrage.
So yeah, like, she was banging his son's best friend. That's so embarrassing, guys. Like, shit.
Though he saved the best for last. During Netflix's first live event on the streaming platform, the actor and comedian alluded vaguely, at first, to the Will Smith Oscars slap that took over the world following the 2022 Oscars. My reaction to this is I totally understand Chris Rock's frustration with the situation. The slap on live TV, Will Smith overreacted. Now what he did is he gave Chris Rock and every comedian the license to joke about his personal life. Chris Rock will now have top content. He will be funny as hell.
And his wife was fucking her son's friend, okay? Now, I normally would not talk about this shit, but for some reason these niggas put that shit on the internet. I have no idea why two talented people would do something that fucking low down. What the
yeah, like, why, dude, the whole cheating and everything, and then they just put it on the internet. That's just hilarious to me, guys. Why would they do that?
fuck? We all been cheated on. Everybody in here have been cheated on. None of us have ever been interviewed by the person that cheated on us on television. None of us. It's like, hey, I was sucking somebody else's dick. How did that make you feel?
That's brutal. This is brutal.
Why the fuck would you do that shit? She hurt him way more than he hurt me, okay? Okay? And by the way, he does that shit. Everybody in the world called him a bitch.
Yeah.
I tried to call...
Literally, like, everyone after that slap pretty much just hated Will Smith. Not one single person agreed with Will Smith. You know, not one single... I must have talked to maybe like 20 or 30 people after that event about it. And literally not one single person was like, yeah, you know what? Will Smith was right to slap Chris Rock. No, every single person was 100% unanimously against Will Smith. This is a marketing genius ploy though, guys. He actually wanted to put a joke about the Will Smith in his new special. Chris Rock is a genius, guys, when it comes to marketing as well. This is just perfect timing.
Call the motherfucker and give him my condolences. He ain't pick up for me. Everybody called that man a bitch. Fucking Charlemagne called him a bitch. The Breakfast Club called him a bitch. And and The View and The Talk and every rapper and the Drink Champs called him a fucking bitch.
They're all like podcasts. Charlamagne the God, all the podcasts. Every single YouTuber was like, Will Smith is the biggest bitch, as Chris Rock says. Literally, guys, nobody liked Will Smith after his brutal.
Everybody called him a bitch. They called his wife a predator. Everybody called him a bitch. Everybody. And who's he hit? Me.
Dude, that's so true. Like, everyone called him a freaking punk, and then literally the one person he lashes out at was Chris Rock. That's how it always is, guys. People have built up resentment, and they just take it out on the person that they shouldn't be taking it out on.
And who's he hit? Me. A nigga he knows he could beat. That is some bitch ass shit.
Very true. So true.
That's what the fuck happened, okay? The fuck out of here, man.
Man, talk about the height of insecurity. He literally gets roasted by every single person in America, literally every single person in the world, and then decides to take out his anger on the guy who makes a harmless little joke, you know? And, you know, Chris Rock addressed it. You know, he hasn't said anything, has he said anything about Jada Pinkett Smith before. People were saying, oh, Chris Rock insulted Jada Smith before, but that's not true, guys. We all know that's not true. That's just people trying to defend Will Smith because he got put through the ringer after that, man. That was just so brutal. A lot of people, you know, stopped, you know, talking to Will Smith. You know, apparently he got a lot of hate in person. I think he flew to, like, Japan or something the week after that. So, you know, he had to actually get out of Dodge because he had to get out of the country because he had a lot of people hating on him. You know, a lot of people wanted to stand up for Chris Rock. Chris Rock's brother did a press tour, did a whole, you know what I mean, Netflix tour on how Will Smith's a punk and, you know, was playing Tupac at the opening, and just every single person was just roasting Will Smith, you know, and it was from Will Smith's own doing, you know what I mean? It was from his own doing, guys. It wasn't from this little harmless joke that Chris Rock said. It was because his wife was clowning him on TV. Will Smith is like the height of insecurity. This is what happens when you don't address things in your life, guys. You know, bad shit starts happening because it starts to gather more steam, and then you're just punked live on TV. Your wife is banging loads of dudes on TV. I mean, it's just the most embarrassing shit ever, guys. You know, and for Will Smith not to dead that relationship 20 years ago, you know what I mean, it's just beyond me. I don't understand exactly how Will Smith's brain works, but yeah. Hope you guys enjoy that, man. Leave in the comments what you guys think. Do you still think that Will Smith will have the hope of credibility? I heard Chris Rock say in a new podcast or a new segment that he only watched Will Smith's new movie, something about slavery, just to see him get whipped to death or something like that. So Chris Rock is a savage. Note to Will Smith, man, never insult one of the best comedians in the entire world. That's a bad move. I love you guys all. I'll see you on the next one. Peace.